This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Cedar Creek Hathaway Edition, model number 36CK2. Okay, so obviously we're out here on the door side of the trailer. So let me having a little trouble with the microphone, so hopefully I'm speaking into it, and hopefully you'll be able to hear everything I'm saying here. So okay, so obviously you have two power awnings, one on this door side slide out and then one on in front of it. Okay, the stairs fold right into the trailer. You pull, let me show you on this side here. You can adjust the legs to the terrain by pulling this pin out. There's one on each side, of course, so you can lengthen or shorten the legs. This one has a automatic leveling system, which is a great thing to have. You have a sprayer attachment here, so you'll have a sprayer in the trailer. I'll show you when we get to it. You can just plug it right in there, or there's another spot on the other side so you can hose things off. You have antenna out plus power for a TV. You got outside speakers. Inside the basement here on this side, these are the attachments for your vacuum system. This behind here is the controller for your touch panel, just so you know what it is. Of course, that is for your vacuum right there also. All right. Okay, so let's go around, keep going. You got two 30-pound tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. Or actually, this is a manual changeover, it looks like. Okay, yes. Okay. When we come around front, this is pre-wired for a generator, I believe. So that would fit right in there. Okay. And this is your hydraulics here, your hydraulic tank, of course. This is your inverter. The switch is in the basement to operate it. And you have two batteries wired together as 12 volts. So you just double the storage capacity, and it's looked at as it appears on the monitor panel as one battery, so because it's wired together, so it's up that way. Okay, so you have a crank here for your a crank reel, so you can reel your power cord or your water. In this case, I think it would be more for water hose. But anyway, you've got one. I don't know what these bag of rags is doing there, but this is obviously your dump hose, and this is a reducer. You also have another reducer that reduces from 50 to 30, and then this goes from 30 to 15/20. All right. This is for the inverter. Now, you notice we're plugged in right now, so just this one row works. The rest of this will work when you unplug it. So it has to be unplugged from AC power and inverting in order for the rest of these to select the rest of these, okay? This one here, let me see here. This one you can operate the leveling system from here, although you can do it inside too. Whoops. The most common way to use it is auto level. I think I accidentally pushed that by mistake. I guess not. I didn't enter it. So auto level is the most common way to do it. I don't know if you can actually read that, but right there's auto level. You just push it and it levels it. Now when you retract it, the most common way is to go auto hitch height. So what that does, it brings the front of the trailer, it retracts all the other four rams, and then it sets the front of the trailer to the same height it was when it was unhitched. So it should, in theory, you should be able to slide right underneath it and hook right back up. So it always remembers the last hitch height. Now you can extend and retract manually, right? You can also go into this here and scroll through it, and auto retract there, manual mode there. To select it, you would push enter over here, obviously, but we're not going to do that. But like I said, auto level is the most common way. Also, I'm looking at here, they don't generally, I guess on this one you don't. Let me just see here. Yeah. Okay, no problem. So the only thing you can do on that touch panel is the leveling. And when it says My RV, those are directions. It probably has the directions. If you push My RV, it probably has the directions for the self-leveling system, I would imagine. Okay, so this is the sprayer that we talked about. We're cleaning your trailer right now, so they're in the middle of it. This is a battery disconnect here. So if you shut this off, it disconnects your two batteries. So therefore, if you put it into storage, you know, you have phantom power. Some of the LED displays draw power constantly. The carbon dioxide LP gas detector will draw power constantly. So even if you shut all the lights off, so you can shut the battery off and disconnect it completely from the fifth wheel. Therefore, it won't drain down when you have it in storage. You always leave it on except when you're in storage. Okay, you can choose between city water and filling up the tank. Right now it's on tank, but you hook your this is the fresh water hookup, the city water hookup. I mean, you hook up right there. Then if you're going to just run off city water like most people do, you'd have it in that position right there. If you wanted to fill up your demand tank, if you're at a camping somewhere where there's no city water or plumbing on the campsite, you could pre-fill your fresh water tank by putting it in this mode. You have to pre-fill it, obviously, and then you would use the water pump, the electric water pump, and pump the water. It'll work just like you have city water plumbing. Of course, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to use it just like that. The hydraulic room control is here, just so you know. Let's see, you have two gray tanks and one black tank. So the bath tank is a sink and shower water. The galley tank is kitchen water, and of course the black tank is toilet water and waste. So when you're dumping this, you dump the black first, because it's the dirtiest of the water. Then you would go through the other two and use that to kind of wash out the hose and just the system in general, but the hose also. Then if you leave the black tank valve open, you can hook your hose at the dump station right onto here and turn it on, and this is a black tank flush. It'll flush out your black tank and spray it out, clean off the sensors. It's a really good thing to do. If you can do it, there's a workable hose or a hose that's operating at the dump station, always do it. It's a good thing to do. All right, now this is to winterize here. This hose here. Let me back up so you can see. Right now, if this valve was pointing towards this hose, if it was in this position right here, you could draw antifreeze in through this hose here when you're winterizing. Right now it's dewinterized and all that, so we're going to put it in this mode, and this way the water pump will draw right from the fresh water tank if you need to use the fresh water tank. Okay. There's a water heater bypass instruction. You can see the schematic there. It deals with these valves here, but you can see it right there. That it just shows you pictures of how to make it, how to set the valves to bypass the water heater and all that. Right now we're in regular camping mode, so it's ready to go. Of course, when you're winterizing, if you do it yourself, you change these valves into the other position, so the antifreeze, when being pumped into the system, will bypass the water heater. Okay. All right. So this is your water heater here. Sorry about my camera work again. I mean, I'm doing my best, but it's limited to what I can do here. So this is obviously your on-demand water heater. So the controls to operate it are inside, but there you see it. Okay. Let's get this to shut correctly. There we go. Okay. Your 50 amp power cord right here. It's obviously 30 feet long, and then we got it on a dog bone to reduce it down to a regular 30 amp system from 50, and then I showed you we have the other one inside to go down even further. The thing is, if you're running on 30 amps, you can only run one air conditioner, or I mean, you can run one air conditioner, and you're more limited obviously than if you're on 50. But some parks still today don't have 50 amps, so 30 will do it if you have to. That's just your furnace outlet. That's another ram there. Your freshwater drain is going to be just under the chassis right in this area, along with the low point drains for winterizing. Okay, so this first of all, this housing tells us that this is pre-wired for backup camera, so you can get the backup camera that fits in there. We sell them here. If you're interested, you can talk. If you're interested, you can talk to our people up front. So it is pre-wired. Also, that you have a ladder, which is great because you want to go and you want to inspect the seals on the roof. You figure the manufacturer says you should do it every 90 days. So figure in the spring, the middle of summer, and fall, you go up there and check all the seals. Check the roofing material to make sure no road debris flipped up there and hit it, or no or a low branch didn't damage it or damage one of the vent covers. And like I said, you'll inspect the sealant also to make sure it's still tight, no cracking or separation. If you do see an issue, get it taken care of immediately. Okay, so here we are inside. This is just telling us it's pre-wired for a solar panel. So behind here would be a wire that that you could use to hook up a monitor panel. But here we go. It's probably 3 0 or 4 zeros. We'll try that first. Yep, sure enough. So you can do all your lights individually, or you can do them by the master switch, of course. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see your generator, which you don't have right now, but it's programmed in here. Your tanks are right here. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Don't want to miss anything here. Okay. All right. This is for your ceiling fan over here. Just turn it on for you there. Okay. You also have, if you scroll up like this, let me scroll a little bit. You have your awning, your power awning. Never leave the power awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. Your slide rooms here, in and out. It's very temperamental here. I guess, oh, there we go. And your hydraulic slide rooms, and then there's a menu here also. Your tanks, freshwater black, one black, one gray, and 2 gray. Remember, the number 1 gray was the bathroom, sink, and shower, and gray 2, I think, was the galley tank. So those are empty. The freshwater tank has got a little bit of water in it. They're still working with it. So anyway, you get the idea. It's pretty self-explanatory. Also, this is the power converter down here. So on the fused side, or I should say the circuit breaker side, you've got 110 AC, and then that right here, and they're all labeled. And then on the other side, you have 12-volt fuses, which are labeled. And so it converts 110 AC over to 12-volt DC on this side, and that runs all your 12-volt stuff. Also, when you're plugged in, it'll charge your batteries and keep them charged. So that's a good thing. If any of these fuses were to blow, they'll light up, and you could see them through this tinted plastic right here if one blows, so you know that. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It has a self-test, I think. There we go. So it should always be green, and if it goes off, obviously you're going to take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, and figure out what's going on. Of course, there's where you hook up your central vacuum right there. Okay. Thermostat is pretty self-explanatory. You just hit the mode and program buttons. In this case, it's program and mode, and then program buttons, and you'll scroll through it. It'll say, heat, fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor, then air conditioning, so on and so forth. It works like every other thermostat. This is for your fantastic fan up here. You're just going to push. You're going to go with, it's set on auto right now, so you just set well, like so. You see it opens up the vent, and then it turns on the fan. And then to bring it down, you're just going to hit it again. Now it's bringing it down, as you can see, lowering the vent, closing it. So most people just use it on auto. All right. So this thing is for your refrigerator. This refrigerator is hooked up to the, I'm sure, to the what am I looking for? The inverter, right? Because that inverts power. So this thing inverts and converts. It'll invert 12-volt DC over to 110 AC, which is inversion, and then it converts, which is going the other way, turning 110 AC to 12-volt DC. So the inverter I showed you up there with the little control panel, I'm sure that's hooked up to your refrigerator and probably one plug also. So I didn't prep this one, but I'm sure it does. So this little thing here, this is for when you're traveling. You see this at your refrigerator. You can see there's, oh, let me do it this way. You can see that little thing there, that little threaded thing. It's a technical term, threaded thing. Anyway, you just put this in there and get it started, of course. So it's a little more coordinated. There we go. And you just screw it till it's just a little bit tight. That keeps your doors and drawer from opening. Okay. In transit, you got a pantry with drawers and shelves, which is great. Tons of room. Your microwave works like any other microwave. It's keep in mind that you have a light, right? And you have 2-speed fan, like that. So it'll also vent to the outside. Your range top has a kind of a safety thing here. So what you'll do is you'll go to the picture of the flame, you depress it, then spark it. And there it lit, right? Then you go to whatever temperature you want. You do that for these. For the oven, it's just pretty self-explanatory. You just turn it on. This is the timer over here. It's just pretty, it just works like every other oven. Okay. There's all kinds of switches here for light, which I hadn't turned on yet. So you got a nice TV. And let me see what the bracket is like behind here. Okay, so this is a swing out bracket even, so it'll even swing out. Down here, over here I should say, let me see if I can show you. If not, I won't worry about it. It's not, oh yeah. Here, let me show you here. This is your power booster, your signal booster for your digital antenna. See how it's green? When you're using the antenna, you always want it green like that. There's a little button on it. I can't show you because I only got one hand, but it's right below, or you can see it right below and over to the right of the green LED that's glowing. You can shut it off there, but for using antenna, you always want it on. All right. Also, I see that there are straps for the TV, which are behind here. Let me get it out so we can see it. You're going to want to strap your TV so it doesn't fly around or move around in transit. Okay. Also, this is your sound here, and it's also a disc player. So this will play DVDs and CDs. You can stream off this USB port here. Just put a little drive in there. You can take all your albums with you on one little drive, and also you can use Bluetooth. It'll hook up wirelessly so you can stream with your tablet or phone or whatever, video or audio. So it does that. It's got different speaker zones inside and outside the trailer, and I think, let me see how many it's got here. I don't think I can tell you right off the bat here. No, I can't tell you right off the bat, but it has at least 2 zones. It might have 3. There might be one for the front bedroom too. I'm not sure. Also, these are your remotes here: TV, radio. This is the fireplace remote here. So let me see. There's the button right there. So there you have it. You can see 82 degrees it says right now. That is the intensity of the fire. You can change it. You can set the temperature up and down. Okay. Let's see here. You can change the color also. Okay. Like that. And there's also a timer on it. If you see right there, the hourglass. You can also set the timer for it to turn on and shut off whenever you want it to. You can set it to turn on, if you get up at the same time every day, or you could set it to turn on 15 minutes earlier, and it'll heat up this room, for example, before you get out of bed and come and sit in here. So it's kind of nice. This is your hide-a-bed here, I believe. I better not say that because I don't know this for a fact. Actually, I'll find out just right now by looking at this. Yeah, it's a fold-out bed. Okay. 2 rocker easy chairs. Of course, a table. There must be a leaf for this up front. It looks like it comes with a leaf. We'll look for that in a minute. Let's see, did I forget anything in this room? I think I covered it all. Pretty much. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's move up towards the front. We'll stop at the bathroom first. This fantastic fan has 3 speeds. He's obviously got it running. I'm going to shut it off right now because it's making too much noise. Your water heater is operated from here, your tankless water heater. Just turn it on, set the thermostat on it. Okay. The sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet, I'm sure you've owned trailers before so you know this, but you can't use it dry. By dry I'm talking about the black tank, which is directly below, right? So after you've dumped it, obviously, when you're traveling to the next campsite, for example, it's obviously been dumped already. So when you get to the campsite, you're gonna park it, you're gonna hook up the power and the water, then you come in here and you'll step on the foot pedal here, and water will come swirling out and it'll start to fill the tank. You put about a gallon or so of water in the tank along with whatever chemical you use, 1 dose of it, and then you're all set. You just never want to use it dry because the smell will be unbearable, and it will also it can get clogged up and that sort of thing too. So you always start off with some water and chemical in it. Alright, so moving on. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Alright, so there's a separate heater up here that he's running. I'm going to shut it off. It's kind of a warm day. Let me find where the switch is here. Wish I could tell you. That looks like it's right there actually. Okay, so this is pre-plumbed and wired for a washer dryer if you wanted to add it. Okay, these are 2 extra chairs. I'm still not seeing a leaf, but I'm not done looking yet. We'll look under here actually if this comes up, which it does. It's heavy. Huh. Well, I don't see the leaf. We'll look into, oh wait a minute, I think this comes up here. Let me see. I've never seen that before where this comes up, but it sort of hits this, so maybe it wasn't meant to. Well, I'm a little ignorant on this here. I got to educate myself a bit, but they have a crank here for you, which is kind of odd to have it there, but we'll look in the compartment outside and see if we see a leaf. Maybe it doesn't have one. Maybe I shouldn't have even mentioned that because it's not one that comes with it. I don't know. I just was assuming instead of knowing what I was talking about. It also has these self-closing drawers, which is nice. Okay. TV, of course, with remote. Okay, that's nice. Actually, it's nice the way it's framed on there. This sensor is for this zone. This is probably zone 2. This probably has 1 and 2 for zones, so that's the sensor for this zone, for your thermostat and your air conditioning. Okay. All right. So that's your antenna, of course, and you got a smoke detector. Let me look at this real quick and see. Nope, it's empty, so I'll leave it open. I mean, there's no battery in it, so I'll leave it hanging open, so we know that. I'll check on the table leaf. I don't, like I said, maybe it just does not come with it, so I'll check. Okay, so I think we've covered everything, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember, you have to inspect your roof, inspect the seals every 90 days. Every trailer is like that. You inspect it, and if there's ever a problem, you take care of it immediately, and you'll never have any water issues at all. So you do that just as a matter of routine. Right now, this is in camping mode. It's ready to be camped in. Remember, you obviously have to winterize it in the fall, so take care of that. So, okay, thank you very much.